I'm dead inside. All right, so today we're going. I brought her with me because for moral support.
I'm really good with.
I've been through a lot, and you know what? I'm gonna take you on the ride with me. I'm gonna tell you about someone that was in my life at some point named Joshey boy.
I knew where this was going, but I wasn't ready.
I've told her about him, but you know, some things I just didn't tell. But today, I'm gonna tell.
Tell everybody.
I'm gonna tell everybody about Joshey boy. So, about 3 years ago, my friend Megan, she started dating this one guy named Luke. She practically lived at his house all the time, you know, and that was fine. That was fine. You know, you're in a committed relationship, you live at someone's house. That's fine. This guy had like about 3 roommates. There was Jake, who was his brother. There was Dallas, who was his brother's girlfriend. And then there was Joshey boy, a 30-year-old man. Actually, he's 30 now. He's like 20. He was like 28 at the time.
Oh, that's still not much.
27, 28. Nah, there's no difference. So, you know, I lived a pretty normal life. You know, I lived a pretty straightforward life. Nothing in my life was all too weird. Well, you know what? I got too comfortable with the fact that my life was normal, and life just decided to throw this shit at me and be like, bitch, you thought.
It likes to do that, doesn't it?
I'm pretty sure that this was the beginning of my life slipping slowly
into weirdness.
This was where it started, was with Joshey boy. It was the first thing that happened, and I was just like, oh. I was at Chili's. Welcome to Chili's! With Megan. And she was talking to me, and she was just like, you know, Josh makes me really uncomfortable. And I'm just like, really? And she's just like, yeah, he always stares at me, random points, and he talks to me in great detail about his sex life, and he really makes me uncomfortable. And I'm like, well, Kate's gonna fix that problem for you. I came up with this huge extravaganza where I basically pretended that he was some huge celebrity, or I basically pretended that I believed he was this huge celebrity and went by the name Joshey boy, you know, as his celebrity name. Yeah, that's how that started. What's your input so far?
I'm usually not like brought into silence, but I actually am.
Oh, just wait.
And I'm also drinking like a signature hot chocolate from Panera Bread because
no one cares.
If you want to help your friend get through a tough topic, like get one of these signature hot chocolates, because not for them, for you.
Yeah, no. Anyway, I was like, Kate'll fix that. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to act like he's this huge celebrity, or that I think he's some huge celebrity, and he's going to go by the name Joshey boy, and I'm going to flip the fuck out when I see him, and I'm going to make him feel really uncomfortable because I'm going to go full fucking out. I'm going full out. I walk my happy ass into the house. He had never met me yet. He's heard about me, obviously, because Megan enjoys telling people weird stories about me. Thanks, Megan. What happens is I walk into the house, and I don't know what he looks like. Like I said, I had never seen him before, so I just barge through the door, and I'm just like, where's Joshey boy? I see this, like, about 27, 28-year-old man sitting on a couch watching TV, and he looks over at me, and he looks very frightened. As well he should be, because I was about to fuck his life up. And so I go over to him with stars in my eyes. I was like, oh man, it's Joshey boy. I want to like reenact it.
Okay, go ahead.
With you as Joshey boy.
I wasn't prepared for this.
Cassidy's gonna be playing Joshey boy. I'm gonna be playing. I'm sorry.
Help me.
Cass, I'm sorry. Oh my god! It's Joshey boy! Oh my god, Megan, you fucking see it's Joshey boy! I've wanted to meet you for so long. I have your posters, I have your bed sheets, I made a shrine of you in my closet. Joshey boy. I'm so happy to meet you. I bow at your feet. Can I get up?
Sure.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. I will take any order you give to me because you are Joshey boy, and I just am so thrilled to be meeting you right now. I'm about to fucking cry. It's just so amazing that I can meet someone of your talent. It was a pleasure to meet you.
I can't believe that she actually did that to someone.
And so it begins. I left after that, leaving him to wonder what the fuck just happened. I guess he cried after that?
Cried like sad tears or happy tears?
No idea.
So
I don't know
concerned.
why. I don't know why he would be sad or happy over that. Anyway, I hung out with Megan about a week later.
Yeah.
I went with her in Dallas to go get ice cream at Cool Creations or whatever it was. No, it wasn't Cool Creations. It was fucking
Cold Stone Creamery.
Cold Stone Creamery.
I actually went through a period of like I was addicted to the ice cream. Like this is a side note, like every time I hung out with her or with anybody else in Jerry Crib, be like, "You wanna go to Cold Stone?" People be like, sure, I guess I want.
You did that with Olive Garden too.
Yeah,
I'll be like Olive Garden, and we just be like, we ate there last week, Cass, and she'd just be like,
Olive Garden. I go through like different restaurant store chains that I like become obsessed with. That was a long rant for something that's not that important.
We were at Cold Stone, and you know what? My birthday was coming up soon. Keep in mind, I was in fact 17 at this time, and I was turning 18 in like, I think about 2 months at that time. I planned my birthday earlier than I should, but it's because it's in the summer. I decided I'm gonna invite Joshey boy to my birthday. You know, like why not? You know, and like Megan,
that sounds like a bad idea.
That's because it is, Cass. Megan actually convinced me. She was like, you know, you should invite him to your birthday. I was like, I thought he made you uncomfortable, and it's like, yeah, but it's like, it's funny. It's funny when you mess with him, and I was just like, I guess it is. And then Dallas said, oh, well, I mean, I don't know. And then me and Megan were both like, what? And Dallas was just like, Kate, Joshey boy has a crush on you. And I was like, what? Wait, how old is he? And she was just like, he turned 28 recently. And then I realized I'm 17. I was like, does he know I'm 17?
Oh, no.
And she was just like, he thinks you're younger actually. And I was just like, I did look much younger than I actually was.
That's really awful.
Me and Megan were kind of shocked. We were just like, oh.
This is new.
So yeah, I found out that Joshey boy had a crush on me, and I was just like, well, this is wrong on all sorts of levels. I'm still gonna invite him to my birthday party. This is back in the day where I did not have common sense, okay? I've lived and I've learned. And you know, I told you before, my life was not exciting in this moment. I had never dealt with something like this, so I was still just like, damn it, I'm inviting Joshey boy to my birthday. So I made him a card in Cold Stone. They had like these crayons and these fucking sheets for children to write on, and I'm close enough to a children, so I was...
To a children.
To a children. So I was writing on the thing, and I was just like, you are invited to Kate's 18th birthday party. I kind of was tempted to say 17th birthday party, because I wanted to make it seem like I was a year younger, so that he couldn't say, well, she's illegal now. I didn't want to be like, but I already wrote 18, and I didn't feel like changing it, so I was just like, well, I was just like, well, here we go. You are hereby invited to Kate's 18th birthday party. We go into the garage at Luke's house. I hand him the invitation, and he doesn't say much. I'm just like, hey Joshey boy, you need to come to my birthday party. We need a celebrity there. And he's like looking at the note, and he starts crying. He's crying. Because I invited him to my birthday party. No one wants to go to that shit. They're like, fuck off, Kate.
This was like, wasn't this like right after you met me too? But
yeah, it was. It was like about a month after I met.
Yeah, we weren't like the Jerry crew yet.
Yeah, so like I wasn't. We were the Jerry crew, but I wasn't as close with you. Right. So I couldn't just message you and just be like, this guy. And I was just like, I can't tell Cassie about this. This is fucked up. So, I was crying at the invitation that I gave him. I actually asked him, I was like, why are you crying? Do you not want to go? And like, he's not saying anything. He's just looking at me. crying. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess he just cried at like random times. I think it might have been out of happiness, but I was still kind of confused.
That still is really weird.
I was just like, because he didn't say anything. He was just staring at it. I was actually gonna spend the night at Luke's house with Megan. We had like kind of like a campfire before that, and Joshey boy was silent the entire time. And I was like, what? I was like, did I do something wrong? All I did was act like he was some huge celebrity, and then invited him to my birthday party. It's like I didn't do anything wrong, actually. Later that night, he's like sitting on the patio staring off into the horizon by himself, and I'm like, does he do this all the time? And they're just like, no. I was just like, what? Somehow I made him go off onto the patio by himself and stare out into the horizon with tears in his eyes. This is another day in the life of Kate. All right. I go out there, I'm like, I should talk to him. I go outside, and I'm just like, hey, what's up? And he's just like, are you just pretending to be my friend? And I was just like, no. I wasn't pretending not to be his friend either. I wasn't pretending to be his friend, but I also wasn't like, I want to be your friend. I was just trying to make him uncomfortable because he made Megan feel uncomfortable. I was like, yeah, I'm your friend.
Don't do that. If somebody asks you that question and you're like not sure, don't be like, yeah.
After he was looking off into the horizon, the reason I was out there in the first place was actually not to like full on talk to him. I actually needed to get something from the car. So I was just like, yeah, sure, I'm your friend. So I'm just gonna go to the car now. So I went to the car, and by the time that I came back to the patio, he was gone, and I was just like, okay, I guess that's it for tonight. And so I slept over. So. He said no to going to my birthday party, by the way. A few days later, I was over at Megan's house, and I don't know where this idea came from, but I was like hanging out with Megan, and she was like, oh, I'm going over to Luke's tomorrow, and I'm just like, I have an idea. And I was just
Kate
like,
got an idea.
And Megan was just like, what's your idea? And I was just like, do you have a shoebox? And she's just like, yes. And I'm just like, give me the shoebox. So what I did was I went to her computer and I looked up pictures of Billy Ray Cyrus. I printed out these pictures of Billy Ray Cyrus, and I took, and at this point, Megan's just like, what the fuck are you doing? And I take the scissors and I'm just like going to town. I'm cutting fucking pictures of Billy Ray Cyrus out, and I'm just like, hand me the shoebox, Megan. She's just like, what are you doing? I'm just like, hand me the shoebox, Megan. And then she hands me the shoebox, and I take a glue stick, and I'm just like, oh man, this is gonna be beautiful. And I just start posting the pictures of Billy Ray Cyrus in it. I even did this picture where Billy Ray Cyrus's face was in the middle of the sun.
That like has blown my mind.
Beautiful.
It's so beautiful. I don't know if I can. I'm not worthy of something that beautiful to exist.
Well, neither was Joshey boy, but he got it anyway. So I took a Sharpie marker and I started writing quotes, which one of them was it was labeled original quotes by Billy Ray Cyrus, and one of the quotes was, be the person Billy Ray Cyrus would want you to be. And that was supposed to be an actual quote from Billy Ray Cyrus in my mind, so I was just like, huh, Billy Ray Cyrus. It's like me saying, be the person Kate wants you to be when they're going through a hard time.
We got pictures of this too.
We got the pictures of it. Here they are. After that was finished, she was just like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this, Kate? What is possessing you to fucking do this? Like, we were gonna watch, like, fucking Lilo and Stitch. And I was just like, give this to Joshey boy and say it's from me. It's a shrine of Billy Ray Cyrus. And she's just like, whatever, Kate. The next day rolls around, she goes over to Luke's house. Hey! We're filming here!
Sorry about that.
Sorry. The next day rolls around,
It's Joshey, boy.
He really doesn't want us to film this. Okay. This is what we get for living in the city. So,
Here we go.
day rolls around and I'm having a great day. I have like this big smile on my face like the entire day. I'm just like I'm gonna shrine to Billy Ray Cyrus. I'm fucking
How could you not have a smile on your face after that?
I'm owning my life right now. I'm living my life the way Billy Ray Cyrus would want me to live it.
I'm proud of you, Kate.
Yeah. This is what happened. I text Megan, I'm just like, I'm gonna see how it went. And I text her, I'm just like, so how do you like the shrine? And she messages back and was just like, he threw it in the trash. And I was just like, he threw it in the trash? I worked hard on that. Do you know how much ink costs? I don't really fucking care because it was your printer, Megan. But you know what? He should be considerate. Here, I was like, what? He threw it in the trash, and she was just like, yeah, I dug it out though. And I was just like, he didn't like it? And like I messaged him on Facebook, and I was just like, because by that point he added me on Facebook, and I was just like, whatever. I was like, what, you didn't like the shrine? And he was just like, no, I liked it. And
why'd you throw it out?
and then I was just like, why did you throw it out? And he's just like, I didn't. Megan threw it out and I dug it out of the trash.
That makes no sense.
I was just like, yeah, Megan just enjoys throwing my shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was made with her printer.
It was made with her printer. So I was like, that makes complete sense. You know, you dug it out. You're the hero of the day. And at some point during the time where he added me on Facebook, he actually admitted to me that he liked me. And I was like, that's cool. You do know that I am 10 years younger than you though, right? And I'm a teenager, and that's wrong on all kinds of levels. And he was just like, yes, I am aware. And I was just like, okay, great. He knows it's wrong. Okay,
He knows
anyway.
it's wrong, but he doesn't care.
I mean, you can't help how you feel about someone, but you can help this. He went up to Megan and he told her straight up, I fantasize about Kate when I'm in the shower. Like very bluntly. He was just like, I fantasize about Kate when I'm in the shower. And Megan was just like, Megan was just like, she's 17. She was just like, if you fucking say that shit to me again, I will beat the ever-loving shit out of you. And Joshey boy was just like, I'm pretty sure he cried.
My hot chocolate's gone.
Oh no. So was my will to live. So, alright. And like Megan told me everything he said about me. He told me that Megan was asleep once.
Stories that start with that somebody was asleep and then never end well.
Megan was asleep once, and Luke has in his room, he has these snakes.
I like snakes.
I feel really bad for them in a sec. There were snakes in Luke's room, and Megan was asleep in Luke's bed while Luke was at work. And Megan wakes up, and well, she kind of wakes up. She was like half asleep. She looks over and sees Joshey boy with a snake, and he made it bite his nipple. And he was doing that for pleasure. I never told you that, did I?
What the actual fuck? That poor snake. Why would you do that?
Yeah, that was a thing. And when I heard that, I just about fucking was done with life. Yeah, there were numerous times, and he would hit on me on Facebook Messenger all the time, and then I would just stop talking to him. I would try having normal conversations with him, just to try and see, like, is there any possible way that this guy could, like, be normal for once? And then, like, we would get into the conversation, and I would realize, no, that's not something that's gonna happen. Which, I know you're thinking, like, oh, you should have stopped talking to him, fucking block him and shit. I was like, listen, dude, I was not experienced in the world yet. I thought that I was completely oblivious to, like, I mean, like, I know common sense, but at that point, I had none. Don't let the Joshey boys in your life do this shit to you.
Don't let any Joshey boys into your life, period.
None.
No.
Yes, so one day, this is where all this shit went down. He was apparently obsessed with me to the point where he would constantly ask Megan about me. And you know how the Coke bottles have people's names on them? He would go out of his way to get one that said Kate on it. Not Josh, Kate. He was obsessed with me to that point. One fucking day. It was like August, it was a hot day in August, and it was just humid and disgusting. Me and Megan were hanging out at my house. She's on the phone with Luke, and I was having a bad day, when it's hot out, you're just cranky, you don't want to fucking live anymore. My favorite thing to do was to, I occasionally liked messing with Jake, who was, like I said, Luke's brother. Megan was on the phone with Luke, and she was just like, hey, can Kate talk to Jake for a little bit? So she hands me the phone, and Jake goes on, and I believe the 2 words that I said to him were, love me. Like, that's it. I was just like, love me. And like, as creepy of a way as I possibly could, because that's just the type of person that I am. As I was handing the phone back to Megan, Luke asked, is there anyone else you want to talk to? Which, by the way, there wasn't. So Joshey boy apparently wanted to talk to me, but he didn't get that chance. And apparently that was the night where Joshey boy went fucking apeshit. Everything that he did. Okay, he started off just being insanely silent. He didn't say anything. He just had a blank look on his face. I guess he went into the bathroom for long periods of time, like up to an hour. He dressed up as a female, which that's fine.
Yeah, it is fine.
It was, he dressed up in female's clothes. He went to Jake and kept yelling at him to hit him while crying.
Why did he need the female clothes?
He dressed in female clothes specifically to do that. Drag's fine. I love drag.
So it's like he thinks that if you like are dressed like that you deserve to be punched in the face. That's fucked up.
He was really upset with Jake and me and Luke and Megan and everyone that existed. I guess after he started screaming at Jake to hit him, as tears were cascading down his face and mascara was also cascading down his face, that he literally just applied. After that, I guess they kicked him out, and he blocked me on Facebook. I didn't know why he blocked me on Facebook, because I was completely oblivious to everything that was going on. I was just like, where'd Joshey boy go? Where'd he go? And then Megan was just like, he had a mental breakdown and he blocked you on Facebook, and I was just like, oh, okay. He blocked me for 5 months, and in that 5 months, he apparently went to prison, but he actually ended up coming back. That is for another video.
If you guys liked this video, please like and subscribe.
Subscribe to see more of whatever the heck this was.
Seriously, whatever the heck this was.
Bye!
Bye.
Later. Don't be a Joshey boy.